of course, my conversation will bring in the private sector perspective on driving clean energy in the whole energy prosperity mandate. Fundamental jinishta holo, the fundamental issue is that there is a need, যেরকম আমরা একটা পরিবর্তন দেখছি এখন আমাদের দেশে, সেরকমই একটা কিন্তু চিন্তাধারা এবং প্ল্যানিংয়ের একটা পরিবর্তন আসতে হবে ইফ ইউ রিয়েলি ওয়ান্ট টু সি মানে একটা সিগনিফিক্যান্ট টার্ন অ্যারাউন্ড চেঞ্জ হাউ উই অ্যাকচুয়ালি হ্যান্ডেল এনার্জি ডেলিভারি. Because from a private sector perspective, we are believer in delivering, we believe private sector is very good in delivering things with highest possible level of efficiency. Of course, ওখানে parameters যেখানে খেলা হয় হলো policies. If the policy is too loose, we take benefit of it. If the policy is too strict, we also try to work around it. That's the nature of the private sector. But also the nature of the private sector is changing over the decades. 20 years back, if I was talking to you, I was a person of extremely profit-driven motive. We still drive for profit, but private sector increasingly believes in connecting that profit to sustainability, and also from a customer perspective, যেখানে আমরা people বলছি এখানে আমরা, from a customer perspective, we also make sure that the customer also benefits at the end of the day, that the customer also eventually prospers. Because if the customer is not prospering, then my continuity of existence of the business gets hindered. So I'm connecting that to the whole agenda of the conference that আমরা যখন energy prosperity বলছি আমরা, it has to be also connected to collective prosperity of our people. মানে the energy mandate, the plan, the policy, whatever we see has to, মানে আমরা যদিও we are talking from the energy sector perspective view, আপনারা অনেকে আছেন এখানে যারা civil society এবং grassroots level কাজ করে থাকেন, we must be able to connect it to how is it benefiting at the last mile to the village homes, the village people, the city dwellers. There has to be connectivity. And today, one of the significant problem we find at policy level is this disconnect. And we, from the business, we have been talking about it for decades. Every budget year, we talk about the same thing, that the discussion boils down to just VATs and duties and taxes. That's it. What is budget is all about? Budget 80% is only about demands and negotiation about duties and VATs and taxes. So there is a very need that if we really want to see a quantum jump, if we really want to see what we want to achieve by 2050, almost 2/3 of our energy to be delivered by renewables, there is a need for a significant change in integrated planning and very specific goals. Our goals have to be very specific. এখানে যেটা হচ্ছে with every political change, regime change, goals changes, those cannot happen. মানে we all must collectively believe by 2050, this is what we want to achieve as a nation, as a people, and how does the energy prosperity actually connect to that? And because such disconnect remains, so we end up, talking and coming to conferences and policy dialogues, unfortunately. So there is hope now, of course, with the changes that has happened. There is significant hope. All these disconnects, the interconnectivity, the more representative nature of doing things at political level, at budgetary level, at planning level will improve significantly. That is the hope that we all actually have today, and we believe in it. We can keep on debating about, ki hoyechilo in the past. Yes, those are the learnings. We must take learnings from there. But আমাদের যেটা কাজ হতে হবে going forward is more about very definitive and specific programs and plans. At a good example, let me tell you, I represent, as the president of two large private sector associations, one is a battery manufacturer and the other one is the panel manufacturers. And unfortunately, in both the sectors, solar sector has taken a very bad hit. From 2002 till 2014, a sector was booming because we had programs, we had specific budgets allocated, and the renewable energy sector, especially solar, in rural Bangladesh was really booming. So solar panel, there are 9-10 solar panel manufacturers came, few dozens of battery manufacturers. But then after that, when the solar home system program sort of slipped down, all the new programs are either not the most exciting in the world for businesses to really jump in, or there is a disconnect in everything. মানে কোনো ওটা আপনি IPP project বলেন, rooftop বলেন, that's where it's all boiled dining to for the last 5-7 years. So আমাদের পলিসিতে যদি স্টেবিলিটি না থাকে, আমাদের পলিসিতে স্টেবিলিটি না থাকে, কানেক্টিভিটি যদি না থাকে, then we are going to see the same thing 10 years down the road. People will come in all excitement and then suddenly vanish. একজন একটা concern raise করলেন, gentlemen. Right now, the biggest concern is that foreign investors are actually not willing to come into the renewable energy sector. It's the biggest concern right now. Because again, why? One policy has been cancelled and another policy we are moving ahead, which is okay. That has to happen. Kintu, especially foreign investors do not like sudden changes in policy because they come, they see a certainty, and then they suddenly find that the policy has been completely. I wish our energy advisor was here to listen to this input because এই যে যেটা LOI issued যে অনেকগুলি যেটা ক্যান্সেল হয়েছে, perhaps we could have handled it much better and not send such a negative signal, especially to foreign investors. So policy consistency is very, very important. Number 2, renewable energy and distributed power is a very, very important game. Distributed power maneta holo, you generate power where you need it and you consume it right there and then. So it is the most efficient, it is the most productive, and Bangladesher moton deshe, where we have renewable energy plus technology can have a massive impact, whether it is solar irrigation pump, whether it is milk chiller, whether it is cold storage, whether it is so small things, whether it is even electric vehicle charging. So Bangladesh does need a combination of centralized effective howar jonne the infrastructure responsibility must be with the government. What do I mean by infrastructure responsibility? The land and evacuation has to be guaranteed by the government. All the grid-connected power plants in the world, whether you see our neighboring India, Malaysia, Indonesia, or even UAE, it has succeeded because the government has guaranteed the land and the evacuation. When you lead for private sector acquisition of land, you hear all these sort of stories that you have heard, unwanted ways of acquiring lands, all that things actually happen. So central should be like that, but amader Bangladeshe aro opportunity ache distributed power generation. So again, I'm honored to be here. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.